We have every advantage over them. Our character is affected by the environment. Let's synchronize our watches. We arrived at an agreement after 2 hours discussion. We expect you to carry out what you have once promised. Our yacht club has 10 members. More than ever do we need goals or leading ideas that will give purpose to whatever we are doing. Our income is small, but we get by. Our interest converges on that point. Newspapers, magazines, and newscasts tell what is going on in the world. We are always exposed to some kind of danger. There are none of us who do not respect his honesty. We have many difficulties before us. Our team were wearing red shirts. Initially we had some problems with our computer system, but they've been sorted out now. Mutual understanding is essential. Our representative argued against the new tax plan. We studied Greek culture from various aspects. We kept track of all our expenses while we were in Australia. I have a high regard for the integrity of our mayor. Our train went at 200 kilometers an hour. We won the game by 3-1. To our disappointment, our team lost the game. We hired a car for a week when we were in Italy. We were having a quiet supper when out of the blue my mother announced she was going back to school. We will adopt your method at our school. When our class performed a play, I took charge of stage effects. We are in a fierce competition with that company. We have only a slender chance of success. We are the first to arrive. We can communicate with each other in many ways. We Germans fear God, but nothing else in the world. We were granted the privilege of fishing in this bay. We were running to and fro. We ran all the way to the station. We will not tolerate anyone who engages in terrorism. We received a large parcel. We must adapt our plan to these new circumstances. Nothing bars our way. We had $5 left between us. We agreed among ourselves. There's no need for us to argue about this. I'm the Witchfinder General. We use gestures as well as words to communicate with others. We have a rich historical heritage. Our world is only one small part of the universe. We seemed secure of victory. We made the best of that bad situation. The reasons for our failure are as follows. Our school is very close to the park. Our boat followed a school of fish. We've been living here since July. It is good for us to understand other cultures. Our company is going to be left behind too if we don't create an environment in which we can get instant internet access. We are looking to you for help. Our company failed to survive against cutthroat competition. We have the edge on them. We should deny our children things too sweet. We must reduce energy demand. We started all at once. This is an extremely well-run company. Our team has the game on ice. We retire at 11 o'clock. We must think about these plans in terms of what they would cost. Our meeting rarely starts on time. Our plans are to advance toward the city. Our success depends upon whether you will help us or not. It will be little more than 100 years before we use all the oil up. It is not necessary for us to attend the meeting. There has been a change of plans. Our meeting was just an accident. Our boat drifted to shore on the tide. Our top priority is to settle this dispute once and for all, so we are ready to meet them halfway. Our factories are working at full capacity. Relations between us seem to be on the ebb. Our new head office is in Tokyo. Our ultimate goal is to establish world peace. Our plan has many additional advantages. The leader of our party met with the other leaders and talked about the problem. If we hang tight, I'm sure we can make it through these bad times. Our true nationality is mankind. We will someday make the world a better place. It's clear that our arguments don't overlap at all. The purpose of our trip is to visit a new factory. All our efforts were in vain. Our plans are not yet concrete. The God who gave us life, gave us liberty at the same time. We should approach this problem from different angles. We had a slight difference of opinion. The success of our business depends on the weather. We have a traitor among us. It is up to you whether we can succeed or not. The ice will crack beneath our weight. Our new English teacher is fresh from college. Our travel advice center caters to the independent traveler. All our effort ended in failure. Our holiday plans are still up in the air. Our friendship did not last. Our problem is how to get in touch with him. Our efforts did not result in success. In everyday life we have many obligations and responsibilities. We've come to the conclusion that this is a true story. It is difficult for us to persuade him. We're getting nowhere with those problems. Our team can easily beat your team in the first game. Are we making a non-stop flight to the U.S.? All we need now is action, not discussion. Stay here with us. Our party finally had a candidate we could put forward with pride. Our teacher is at once stern and kindly. We must always stand up for our rights. To our great disappointment, the game was called off. Our interests seem to conflict with each other. We have to somehow come through this troublesome situation. Our attempt has proved to be a failure. We naturally got excited. Our project collapsed. We should always act in obedience to the law. Our company had the 40th anniversary of its foundation. Our victory is secure. All we have to do is to try our best. The question before us is an urgent one. We know that just being born with a good mind is not enough. Our plan was fully realized. We mustn't make too much of this incident. It is not important whether we win the game or not. Our city sits on an active fault. Famine stared us in the face. Our interests clash with theirs. We bought a pound of tea. Our plans are taking shape. No one can find fault with our new plan. We'll finish the work even if it takes us all day. We had an early lunch and set out at 12:30. Let us do the work. We got to the station at 6. We export various kinds of computers all over the globe. We had no alternative but to fight. Our team is gaining ground. Our ancestors knew how to read the stars. Our teacher is stern to us. It was apparent to everybody that our team was stronger. We've gotten into this fixed pattern. We were unable to make contact with them until it was too late. Our earnings are in proportion to our real ability. Our success was due in part to good luck. We ascribe his success to hard work. Our friendship remained firm. Cars are running one after another before our eyes. Even our brains are subject to the laws of physics. My name is Hopkins. We own a few hundred acres between the three of us. Only a handful of activists in our union are articulate. We are in agreement on this subject. Our company needs someone who is at home in advanced technology. Our diplomacy and strategy ran in clear contradiction to each other. We have the alternative of death and submission. We made Mr. Gray chairman of the committee. Our country borders on several countries. Give us the tools, and we'll finish the job. It is very hard to get rid of cockroaches from our house. We had been rival lovers at one time. Our experiment has revealed that his report was unreliable. No other boy in our class is more studious than Jack. Our team competed with a powerful rival. Our calculations show that the rocket is off its course. Our company decided on flat rate pricing. I will help you for the sake of our old friendship. We are not hypocrites in our sleep. We have a substantial stake in the venture. It will be very important whether we win the battle or not. We have made up our minds to fight it out. We tried to eliminate all danger beforehand. Our new school building is under construction. We mustn't waste our energy resources. The very air we breathe is polluted with smog from the factory chimneys. We have enjoyed peace for more than 40 years. We arrived on the island 2 days later. Insofar as we know, he is guilty. It is not until we lose our health that we realize the value of it. The outlook for our business isn't good. Our school prohibits us from going to the movies alone. It takes us 30 minutes to walk from here to the station. Our negotiations broke off. The day will soon come when we will conquer space and travel to the moon. Can we create something out of nothing? In our culture, a man is allowed to be married to only one wife at a time. We talked of many things. We were nearly frozen to death. Our debt is more than we can pay. We cannot meet your needs. Our experiment went wrong last week. How lucky we are to have had the opportunity to work with you. We should keep every school open and every teacher in his job. Our supply of food is exhausted. Our success depends on whether he helps us or not. All our efforts were without result. Our work is almost over. Our plane took off exactly on time at 6. Our bodies are our gardens, to which our wills are gardeners. Compared to our house, his is a palace. We were landed on a lonely island. What if we should fail? We asked several questions of him. Our team is winning. Our boat approached the small island. We must go forward, getting the better of all obstacles. We found it impossible for us to cross the river. Our advance was checked. We work by day and rest by night. After our first attack, the enemy fled. Our interests conflict with theirs. Let us stop to think how much we depend upon atomic energy. As we went around the corner, the lake came into view. Our car was fast and soon got ahead of the other cars. Since neither one of us could afford to take the other to the movies, we went Dutch. Our country's climate is temperate. Our city has 1/3 as many people as Tokyo. We shall all die someday. Our experiment has revealed that his report was inaccurate. Our train had already pulled out when we arrived at the station. We took a rest one after the other. We are cruising at an altitude of 39,000 feet. Our class consists of 50 boys. We know the truth, not only by reason, but also at heart. Our public leaders are imaginative and often come up with new ideas. Winter sports are very popular in our country. Our class has increased in size. We will fight to the last. In our culture, we can't be married to two women at once. We have to play fair, whether we win or lose. Our soccer team beat all the other teams in the town. We communicated with each other by gesture. We should look after our parents. Are there other universes outside our own? We are not short of oil in this country. We cannot make a change in our schedule. We insist that this project be carried out immediately. Ours is a mechanical age. We had an implicit agreement that we would support each other. Our bodies respond to our feelings. Completely surrounded by our troops, the enemy finally surrendered to us. Our team won the game. Our lives are determined by our environment. We made fun of him about this. We refer to this city as Little Kyoto. Let's drink a toast to our friends. In our interpretation, the output data in Table 2 is an acceptable variation of that in Table 1. The problem with our plan is not so much the cost as it is the time required. We partook in each other's joy. We must achieve our aim at any price. To our great surprise, she held her breath for 3 minutes. We need some formal instruction in literature. All our things were turned upside down. We are solidly behind you. Our baseball diamond is very small. Our food supplies will last till April. We should always keep our promise. I hope the weather clears up before we have to leave. We must make do with what we have got. We have enjoyed peace for more than 40 years. Our company makes use of the internet. I have a strong conviction that our judgment was right. From our point of view, his proposal is reasonable. Our team is 2 points ahead. We have breakfast at 7. Our ownership in the company is 60%. More than one student studies French in our class. Heat and light are necessary for our existence. Our arrival at Narita was delayed by an hour. Our eyes take time to adjust to the darkness. We have a plentiful supply of water. We met by happenstance. The church we went past crumbled 5 minutes later due to a huge earthquake, and more than 100 churchgoers were buried alive. It's important for us to win the game. It took quite a while to sort out all our luggage. We actually didn't see the accident. Our trip was unattended by adventures. Our club is affiliated with an international organization. Far from being a failure, our negotiation was a great success. We may well take pride in our old temples. Our departure tomorrow is contingent on fair weather. Our total debts amount to $10,000. Our team is 5 points ahead. We must get over this difficulty. We looked for it high and low. We went up and down by elevator. Our plan has lots of advantages. The time has come for us to stand up. We will run short of oil someday. We regard him as a great man. It's you who has broken our agreement. Our staff is eager to help you. Our factory needs a lot of machinery. We spoke about many subjects. We ran down the hill. Some members agree with us, some don't, and others haven't expressed their opinions. Our insurance policy covers various kinds of damages. We should face up to this issue. Our flight was cancelled.